Welcome back everyone to a Vampire vs Greenskin showdown between a rubber duck of war against a king of Italia. This match took place on the Valley of Thieves with the Battle of Elite Infantry. So here in the front we are going to have two units of the terror-causing sirens on the left and two there on the right. From the front line we are going to have the nice elite depth guard alongside another unit here of the depth guard polearms. So the RR here, the bloody Reaver deck for those halberds for the anti-large and armor piercing, as well as that enrage, hunger and frenzy. In the back a single unit of the fast scary scurvy dogs, and in the sky 4 units of the deck droppers. Here with that 80 range, 80 speed as well, making them very good skirmish here for the gunbats in the sky. So for the hero we are going to have the Vampire Fleet Captain, here with the Lore of Vampires with the Taunt, Invocation of Nehek, Drown Dead, and the Curse of Undeath. Araness Assault Spite here, who is the Lord Choice with the Spearfisher Net, Manaman's Luck, and also Kraken's Bane, with the final hero, which is going to be the Mongol Haunter. He's going to be here with the Hunger, as well as that Chilling Aura for that all-round slow. So a nice build here from the Undead, but here for the Greenskins we are going to have some Squig Hoppers here in the back right, including the Dirkid Squigs, and one there on the left. From the front line we are going to have 5 units of the Night Goblins there with that Poison and Stalk, and quite a few units of Skirmish Cavalry. The Morgrove's Mangy Marauders here on the left hand side for the Immune to Psychology and Armor Piercing. The Death Creepers here for the Poison, Regeneration and Stalk, and 3 units of the normal Wolf Rider Archers. In the back here, we are going to be having the Night Goblin Shaman. He's going to be here with the Madcap Mushrooms, Curse of the Bad Moon, and Night Shroud. And for the infantry, the elite Crimson Killerz, the Black Orcs here, the boys coming back to town. They are going to be having that Rabble Rouse and the Brass Cleaver here from the Black Orc Big Boss, but they will be having the Immune to Psychology, 110 armor, and that bucket load of armor piercing. Now here leading the force is going to be Grimgor Ironhide, the man, the myth, the legend. Bloodforged armor, Gitsnick, you're next. Get Back here, and also Best of the Best, alongside here his little brother, the Black Orc Big Boss. The boy himself is going to be with Get Back here, Rabble Rouse, and that Brass Cleaver for that increased melee attack, and some very nice stats indeed. So a great army here coming from both sides, some elite infantry here from the bloody Reaver deck, and also the Crimson Killerz. I'd love to see those two smash together and see who can come out on top. Skirmish at the front here, we are going to see some of the Spider Riders, and also some of the nice Wolf Riders here shooting into the deck droppers in the front. It's going to be a little bit of a skirmish off here. We do have 100 range here for the Spiders and the Wolves, but only 80 here for the deck droppers. They are going to be a little bit faster as well. 92 speed there for the Wolf Riders. Should be able to evade a lot of the shots here coming out of the deck droppers. Now, as we can see in the front there, also going to be shooting a little bit here into the Sirens. Now, they do have no armor, so of course AP not too important, but they do have that 75% physical resistance, so something there to take into account. They're still going to take damage over time, and obviously that 25% will add up as we do go forward. In the middle, looks like the triple threat just going to be hanging around in the middle, just waiting for the opportunity, try and see if we can engage some of the Terror Cores and Sirens here in the front line, engage quite a few of those poison units, and then move in with elite against elite. On the side here, so it's going to be a rear charge up against the Night Goblins. They might be able to get away here, maybe try and see if we can get some spells coming in from some Curse of the Bad Moons, or maybe get some Night Shrouds to see if we can get a good overhaul flank. In the back here, we can see the Mongol is now going to be visible. Him there having Stalk. He will be able to get in and maybe try and see if we can bully the Night Goblin Shaman here a little bit. Looks like Aranessa is moving in, but in come the big boys. We are going to have Big Brother and Little Brother coming in the backside, but a big hit going down here on the Night Goblin Shaman. He's instantly be terrified here by the Mongol Haunter. So nice work there in the middle. Going to be spinning around there on the floor is going to be Aranessa. She's using all of those melee attacks here, fighting up against the Night Goblins. But running away for his life immediately is going to be the Night Goblin Shaman. He's in big trouble, as there's going to be nothing here. A nice summon in the middle to really hold out the Night Goblins here from protecting the nice caster. He's going to be running away here for his life with negative 44 leadership there. He's only got 23 speed. We are going to have that chilling aura for the Mongol Haunter. But it's like here we are going to give up the chase. It looks like here Italia does not want to be chasing here up against the Night Goblin Shaman. Hopefully that doesn't pay in the later stages. Shots in the sky up against the deck droppers. They're going to be doing okay so far. But so we are going to be getting popped down there for all those increases. And especially that ITP. In the front, looks like the Dirkid Squigs are now moving in up against the Sirens. They do play a lot for here for AP, but they do have anti-infantry, so that can really help here in that fight. But in the front, we are going to have Grimgor. Unfortunately, not quite as active as I would like to have seen him, but he can certainly butter the bread here of Araness Assault Spite. in the middle. So we are going to be getting the Bloody Reaver deck up against the Crimson Killerz. So we are going to be getting by Worldly Wish. We can see them fighting also alongside here with the big bad Sirens. Oh yes, we're going to be getting Curse of the Baboon fighting here in the middle, coming all over the Sirens. Their biggest weakness here being magic damage, and the big scary moon going to be moving in, doing all of that damage here. One of my favourite spells in the game, as it's just absolutely ridiculous here in the middle. But of course here, that -9 melee attack was very strong here on top of the Crimson Killerz, actually negating all of the bonuses there from the Black Hawk Big Boss. Mongol is going to be fighting in with Aranessa Soul Spike coming in. Your Next has been popped down as well. And still going in the back there is going to be that Curse of the Bad Moon. As we can see, allowing the caster to come back into the mixture, able to cause that spell there, actually deleting a single unit there of the Sirens and getting the pressure here off that elite middle pocket. That's why sometimes it is always worth there to chase all of those routing units. Black Hawk Big Boss is going to be just, yeah, and there we go, butter the bread entirely of Aranessa. We can see that she's going to get pushed off here by the big boys. The boys are back in town as we're going to be fighting here up against the summon of the zombie barrack gunnery mobs. And of course the Vampire Fleet Captain is, of course, in the wrong neighbourhood. Moving in with the Sirens to try and fight into that middle pocket, but as we can get a nice good overview, Spider Riders on bound as well as those Dirkit Squigs can certainly move in and cause some big damage. In the middle, it looks like we could be getting another one as well. Another spell here in the back. Another Curse of the Bad Moon coming again from the Night Goblin Shaman. I think, unfortunately, that not chasing you off might cost you a lot of your Sirens here. But this boy is hilarious. It honestly is my favourite spell. But in the middle, we are going to be fighting here. It's like Night Goblins with that poison coming up against those Sirens. They're certainly going to be struggling here in the front. Gunbats as well. They're going to be shooting into the pocket up against these elite Crimson Killerz. In the back as well, we are going to be shooting triple of the Spider Riders and the Wolf Riders, fighting up against the Deck Droppers in the middle. We are going to get some summons here and some guns. But unfortunately, there's not much left here for the Vampire Pirates. We are going to see Balance of Power going into the Greenskin favour. Night Squigs are going to be fighting here up against the Mongols, as well as the Sirens. But they're going to be struggling here, but in come a second unit. These boys are going to be pretty fast, pretty terrifying, and good anti-infantry. Great at just thumping up against these Sirens. At the front, a second unit is still fighting. They're going to be down to 25 models, 900 health. It looks like we are going to get an Invocation on top of them. We are going to be wavering here with the Night Goblins, but in back comes Aranessa. No chase there from Ducky, so it means we are going to be able to move back in and get some good Slap City. We can see that also the Vampire Fleet Captain has also been caught here in the middle of this melee mash, and in come the big bad armor-piercing boys. They're going to be moving in Spider Riders as well there for the poison melee attacks to really pin in and do the damage here up against these heroes and casters. In the back, the Goblin Wolf Riders, they have been terrified here. I think more than likely coming in from the Sirens. But in the front, unfortunately running very low here on the infantry side of things is going to be the Vampire Pirates. We've kind of really only got heroes left, and the majority are caught here in the middle. We are going to be seeing the Crimson Killerz fighting up against Aranessa, and she's certainly having a hard time of it for sure. She's down to 600 health. Of course, we can't be using the Invocation on her because she is a living model. Now in the middle here we do have the Vampire Fleet Captain, going to be at 850 health, very low, and that's really going to shift balance of power. Single entity models certainly carry a lot of balance of power, but no, the Mongol falls! The Mongol is going to go down here on the backside. The same here for the Sirens. They're going to find the same fate here alongside their hero buddy, but unfortunately it's just going to be Aranessa in the middle of this absolute mess here, and Grimgor, of course, is going to be having his Bloodforged armor as well as many other items, actually giving him magic damage and a really good fighting combatant here up against all the ethereal units. That is going to be a pull-out there from the Vampire Pirates, and a great and really fun game here coming from both DBD players. So for those that don't know King of Italia, he's actually going to be Captelus. So Captelus is coming back here to the multiplayer scene. It's been really fun to see him come back and just really get involved with some games. It'd be nice to get him here on the channel for a best of 7 again. But great plays here between both players and a really, really fun army. So 900 here for Aranessa. We never see her, so it's nice to see her come in and get some of those, Mana Man's Luck and get the bonus first large Kraken in there. It's really fun. It's nice to see her with 140 there for the Vampire Fleet Captain. 1.4k for the Mongol. This thing performed extremely well. I never see this as well, and it was really nice to see it come in, do lots of damage up against their infantry, just causing terror. Great mobility as well. It has very, very decent speed, and that Chilling Aura really allowed it to pin in up against the Night Goblin Shaman as well. Unfortunately, not quite finishing it there. I think that actually might have cost the game, but of course there we all make those mistakes. Now 4 units of the Sirens coming at 360, 380, 600 and 366. 132 kills, 600 there for the Depth Guard, with 970 here for the Bloody Reaver deck. We got 84 for the Scurvy Dogs. And for the Gunbats, we got 600, 600, 220, and 180. But for the Blind Bandit, otherwise known as a Rubber Duck of War, we are going to have 1.8k for Grimgor Ironhide and 800 for the Night Goblin Shaman. 1,000 there for the Black Orc Big Boss, and as you can see between the three of them, just way and above performing out of the triple threat here. But well played to them. Great, really nice to see Grimgor as well. I mean, 1,850. He can do very well, especially in this matchup. Coming there with the Bloodford Armor, giving him that magic damage and all those extra things with your next as well, just really pinning in up against Aranessa or any other heroes. 230 as well as 140, 370, 330, and 300 for the Night Goblins. Here for the Black Orc the Black Orcs here with the Crimson Killerz getting 1,480, with 680 for the Night Goblin Hoppers, 430, and the ROR Dirkid Squigs in at 800. 180, 520, and 460 there for the Goblin Archer Riders. These bad boys here costing at 375, getting some pretty decent value indeed. We got 580 there for the Death Creepers with that regen, and 735 here for the Morgub's Mangi Marauders. So a really fun game between these two. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please smash that like button. I really appreciate it. Drop a comment down below as well about what you thought. I'd be very interested to know. And also, if you are new here, please feel free to subscribe. It would really help the channel here in its growth. Other than that, if you are new, drop down into that description. You can find all of my other social media platforms and also, and most importantly, my Discord. Once you're on there, you'll be able to find all of my single player and multiplayer content, as well as joining all my leagues, tournaments, and be able to post replays just like this one. You'll be able to go there onto my replays for casting, leave your videos there for me to cast there in the future. Other than that, I've been your boy Logic. Take care of yourself during these times, and I'll see you all very, very soon.